it's important to exercise your franchise where our heroes them fight to make we have.
A member of the public sharing his view on the importance of voting. Later in the show, we hear from some others. Welcome to this Tuesday's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry. Coming up, the Ministry of Education lays out some of its major plans for 2016, plus it's Heart Month. So in today's Healthwise, we discuss the critical issue of heart failure. All this and more unfolds right now.
All the people them with a Zig V, hold up your hand. Zig V in the Caribbean territory, but we now want that virus take set pan we. So make sure send us stagnant water inside and mash up all mosquito breed inside. Pour hole in the tin them where you dash way and change the water in your vase every day. No litter, dispose of your garbage proper. You know them the thing that we turn drain back. Tour your community and tour your yard for suppress mosquito. We have figure hard dash we all tire turn over drum pan for prevention is the greatest weapon. And special shout out to pregnant ladies. Protect yourselves and protect your babies. Draw for your zapper and your mosquito spray. If we do all that we can to keep them away. For we now was in vain.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, February 9. The Ministry of Education has confirmed that schools will be closed from midday on Wednesday, February 24 to allow for pre-election activities and voting on the day. The ministry says the directive applies to all schools whether or not they are designated polling stations. Principals at those schools which will be used as polling stations on election day are asked to ensure that all the rooms are cleared and cleaned and that all charts and teaching aids are removed. Schools will reopen on Friday, February 26. In cases where schools will not be able to resume classes on the designated day, administrators should immediately alert the respective regional directors. Personnel attached to the Negril police station now have improved working conditions following recent refurbishing works. The roof was repaired and the administrative building retrofitted. A new lecture theatre, holding area, identification room, perimeter wall and barracks were also constructed. The Tourism Enhancement Fund paid $40 million to refurbish the police station, which was $10 million less than budgeted. National Security Minister Peter Bunting welcomed the improved facilities, adding that there are now 104 police personnel attached to the Negril police station.
And along with the increased personnel, we're now seeing the appropriate levels of barrack facilities, etc. I am confident that we will continue to see progress in the level of policing, in the level of safety and security that the citizens of not just Negril, but the Negril, the wider Negril police area will enjoy as we continue to increase both the human resources and the infrastructure.
Local producers are being urged to take advantage of the opportunities within the tourism sector. Tourism Minister Dr. Wickham McNeil says a recently commissioned tourism demand study has revealed that opportunities for the trade of locally made goods and services could be worth $70 billion. Minister McNeil says the opportunity for trade with the tourism sector could be as high as $56.7 billion annually for processed foods, $5.3 billion for fruits, and $1.6 billion for vegetables.
My ministry will be working closely with various agencies and ministries and with the local suppliers to address constraints and limitations, and will be taking into consideration some of the recommendations of the study to assist suppliers in meeting the needs of the sector.
Copies of the study were presented to media representatives and tourism stakeholders at a press briefing last week. The full findings of the tourism demand study may be accessed on the ministry's website, mot.gov.jm. Government's Labour Market Information System, LMIS, will now be used in the Jamaica Library Service JLS network to broaden the scope of job placement. This follows the recent signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between both entities. Under the agreement, librarians will help individuals locate information and show them how to register and search for jobs on the LMIS website. Funded by the Inter-American Development Bank, the $3.5 million project will provide career guidance and improve access to the labor market information system. Labor and Social Security Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson says the project will help to tackle unemployment in Jamaica.
Through the LMIS database, employers and investors will know where to locate certified and uncertified skills. Policymakers will know where there's an undersupply or oversupply of skills and take corrective actions.
And finally, this year's staging of the Kingston Animation Fair is being billed as a job creation and investment opportunity for local animators. Science and Technology State Minister Julian Robinson says Jamaica is being positioned as a center for animation development and for the establishment of production houses, similar to the BPO sector.
Video game studios will require additional multimedia artists and animators to meet this increase in demand. There's also an increased demand for computer graphics from mobile devices, such as smartphones, which will lead to more job opportunities.
Mr. Robinson was speaking at a recent GIS think tank. Kingston will be held on March 12 and 13 under the theme Learn, Earn and Display. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
The pocket 6,000.
60,000. Yeah. How much I want?
Yeah, man, 2 days I want.
Man, no one else. Yeah, man. Same. Alright,
what one, cat?
You don't know, I sit downtown the other day there. Oh. I want to bridge in them man, we buy and sell marina. Yeah. One of them I sell a 6-pack for $1,000 and the next one I sell one for $200.
So where buy?
Buy 5 of them for $1,000. Think them can't rob me.
So Uncle Fancy is the same $1,000 you would spend to get the 6? Seriously?
Tell them again now my math brains.
Math count.
Math count.
Sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
Recently, officials from the Ministry of Education laid out their major plans for this year, with 2016 seen as the year of acceleration.
The Ministry of Education has dubbed 2016 the year of acceleration. That means increasing the rate at which programs are implemented, amplifying their progress and impact on the population. In 2016, early childhood education remains a major priority. And among the provisions for students at this level is the school feeding program, which will now have an even greater reach.
We have reorganized the school feeding program. There has been further investment in it, and again, we are spending the money in a more efficient way. And that this year, 125,000 early childhood aged children are receiving breakfast and lunch every day.
In 2015, a significant number of math and science teachers left the Jamaican school system for opportunities overseas. This year, the Education Ministry has devised an urgent plan to offset the impact locally.
We have agreed with the Jamaica Teachers Association that we will incentivize our brightest students who are going into the high schools to recruit, who we are seeking to pluck from classrooms if they are already in the service, to offer them scholarships in the pedagogy of math and science.
Already, the ministry has disbursed 52 scholarships to aspiring math and science teachers. Additionally,
we'll have master teachers offering instruction and laboratory expression in math and sciences for those students whose schools simply do not have the teachers with the capacity or the facilities yet with the appropriate equipment.
The Education Ministry is also being responsive to issues as they arise.
The ministry continues to discourage the use of corporal punishment in Jamaica. And I wish to let you know that a team led by the Chief Education Officer is reviewing all matters relating to corporal punishment. But this can't be seen by itself, as many commentaries on it have done. It's one thing to say you mustn't beat the children. But what you must do is to put forward alternatives for positive discipline. Every young person, regardless of their background, their color, their sexual orientation, or anything else, any other ascriptive factor, requires a friend, requires proper counseling in all aspects of their life.
Meanwhile, some new developments are being streamlined this year. The new National Standards Curriculum for students in grades 1 to 9 will start in September.
We will be rolling out this curriculum using a phased approach in grades 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 come September.
Training is already underway to prepare the relevant personnel.
We have to prepare over 15,000 teachers so that they understand the differences within the curriculum.
And in this, the year of acceleration, the Heart Trust NTA will be launching a program to offer grants of up to $3 million each to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs.
The MSME program is an initiative to facilitate employment creation. We have put somewhere between $60 to $80 million available for assisting our own trainees as well as existing MSMEs for expanding their own capacity to facilitate more employment.
The program will initially target 20 MSMEs and 60 high-trained graduates at the National Vocational Qualification of Jamaica NVQG level. The Ministry of Education making 2016 the year of acceleration.
It's the month for matters of the heart. And I'm not just talking about the impending Valentine's Day. Of perhaps greater importance is the organ that is so essential to our survival. What I am talking about is how we care for our physical heart, as cases of heart failure continue to be a major health issue in Jamaica. That's our focus in today's HealthWise.
According to medical experts, heart failure is a progressive condition in which the heart muscle has been damaged by disease or injury and cannot pump enough blood and oxygen to the body. The severity of heart failure determines the impact it has on a person's life. According to Dr. Knox Hagley, chairman of the Heart Foundation of Jamaica, the mild form of heart failure may have little effect on a person's life, while severe heart failure can interfere with even simple activities and prove fatal. He said all forms of heart failure, even the mildest, pose a serious health problem which must be treated promptly.
To understand what is meant by heart failure, you need to take into consideration that the heart is a pump. And any good pump, any efficient pump, whatever goes into that pump, the pump pumps it out. And if the pump is not doing that, it is failing. It's a similar thing with the heart failure. Blood goes into the right side of the heart from the body, and the right side of the heart pumps it into the lungs. And if the right side of the heart has failed to do this properly, it is called right-sided heart failure. The blood leaves the lungs and goes into the left side of the heart, and the left side of the heart then pumps the blood to the rest of the body. And if, in fact, the left side of the heart is not doing this efficiently, left-sided heart failure occurs. And quite often, both left and right sides of the heart have failed in such a case, and so we call that congestive heart failure. Then we go on to the older children. And in the children, usually from 5 to 12, 15, but it may occur at earlier age, is a condition called rheumatic heart disease. This is really a manifestation of rheumatic fever, which occurs predominantly in children with fever, and it presents with fever and pains in the joints, and in such a case, the heart may be affected. We see this among children, even new cases. And it is rheumatic heart disease is in fact still one of the major causes of cardiac surgery that we see here.
Dr. Hagley said in the older age group, heart failure does not happen in a vacuum. It is closely associated with major risk factors.
We look at things like high blood pressure, which may begin to appear usually in the 30s, sometimes early on. But long-standing high blood pressure will lead to heart disease, because high blood pressure, in addition to the fact that it gives the left side of the heart extra work to do, and so the heart muscle will become enlarged, as you would expect. But in addition to that, the high blood pressure causes certain changes in the arteries which carry the blood to the tissues. And the result of those changes really is a narrowing of the channel to the arteries, and that includes the arteries which are carrying blood to the heart muscle. The other major cause of heart disease in adults in today's world is a condition called coronary heart disease. That is the disease that leads to heart attacks, for instance. Everybody knows about heart attacks. Well, the changes which occur in this condition are the changes that are different from high blood pressure, in that the changes occur on the lining of the arteries, as you see. Yeah? And eventually, those changes lead to narrowing of the vessels and then inadequate blood flow. If that vessel becomes blocked, a heart attack will occur. And of course, the heart, part of the heart muscle which was dependent on that blood flow will be affected. Sometimes it may be a much more insidious process that the individual may not recall having a heart attack in a sense, but over the years, the channels become so narrow that the blood flow throughout is reduced, so the heart as a whole suffers from this, and they go into heart failure eventually.
Beside the major risk factors, Dr. Hagley said there are other factors that could accelerate the process of coronary heart disease that would eventually lead to heart failure.
The condition called coronary artery disease, it is a condition that occurs in all of us, but there are a number of factors which will lead to an acceleration of the process. Uncontrolled high blood pressure, uncontrolled diabetes, uncontrolled blood sugar levels, cigarette smoking, overweight, sedentary type of activity of living, high levels of cholesterol. All these factors will lead to an acceleration of the process which is taking place in the coronary arteries and of course other arteries in the body, and then they will make it more likely for the individual to develop coronary heart disease.
Some of the signs and symptoms of heart failure include shortness of breath when exercising or at rest, swelling of legs, ankles, and feet, chronic lack of energy and weakness, difficulty sleeping due to breathing problems, persistent coughing with frothy sputum or wheezing, rapid weight gain, swollen or tender abdomen, lack of appetite, and nausea. Dr. Hagley said heart failure can be prevented.
Of course, the prevention of heart failure is really the prevention of the causes of heart failure.
Causes of heart diseases that could lead to heart failure are high cholesterol levels, high blood pressure, diabetes and abnormal blood sugar levels, obesity, and smoking. Remember that it is never too late to reduce your risk of developing heart failure and other heart-related diseases. But the time to act is now. Medical experts say as soon as you do something about the risk factors, you have a good chance of not developing the disease. Some key things to remember: plan a healthy diet, reduce stress by learning to relax, lower your blood pressure level, exercise regularly, give up smoking, limit the amount of alcohol you drink, and take medication as directed by your doctor. For further information on heart failure or other heart diseases, consult your doctor. You can also get valuable information from any government hospital or clinic across the island.
Jamaica, have to protect the life where we live, so you know, say we have to think smart. Joe! Well, this is Chino, and we need to talk to the youth them. Be careful, your friend them. People who really care about you and check for you, not gonna put you in a situation where you can end up going to prison or end up losing your life. So you need to stay focused, stay in school, work hard, and don't follow no friend. And remember, a gang is a dead end.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Fact. Jamaica was granted full adult suffrage, meaning the right to vote, on November 20, 1944. Prior to that, the right to vote was determined by the amount of wealth or property a man held, and women were not allowed to have a vote and therefore a say in their government. These many decades later, we go out the road to hear how Jamaicans feel about the issue of voting.
It is good to exercise your right. There's no need you're going to quarrel about government not doing this, government doing that, and you stay one side. Have your choice to choose the government who you want to run your country, right? So that is why it is important to go and vote. People must get with the program. Go and vote, exercise your rights.
Well, it's really your right.
It's important because it's your right. You want to know whatever is happening in your country, that you have made a contribution towards it.
You can have a say as to what happens in your country, as to who leads and what is done.
It only proves that you have a say in your country. So that's why you have to exercise your right to vote or not to vote.
No, I don't answer for the party, because the politics part, we don't unite. We don't unite.
Well, it's important to vote because in this time you have to make a right decision to get a right government to run the country.
To have a better future for our children.
Trenchtown is said to be the birthplace of reggae music, producing greats like Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bunny Wailer. It's Reggae Month, and we explore its rich beginnings in Trenchtown. Come rock with us.
One good thing about music, when it hits the beat, I say one.
There are only a few communities that are better known than the capital of the country in which that community is. Trenchtown is one of those.
Don't be afraid to come to Trenchtown, right? This is a fun-loving area and a very safe area to come and visit.
Reap what you sow, Trenchtown rock.
As we commemorate the year of our Golden Jubilee, let's trot the path to a community that has given to the country and the world one of its most infectious creations and continues to beat the drum of greatness, whatever the form.
It's Kingston 12. It's Kingston 12.
It was once called the Hollywood of Jamaica. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Alton Ellis, and many other stars called it home. It's the bedrock of reggae. Today, visitors traverse its streets trying to get close to the rhythm of the community. The residents are proud of the rich legacy, and despite the many challenges within its walls, they remain energized to reach for greatness.
Trenchtown was a very violent place, you know, gang war and political war, you know, and a lot of different atmosphere, you know, which weren't that good for kids.
But thankfully,
well, I would say Trenchtown is really on the move.
Everyone know now. Trenchtown rock. Don't burn your back. Trenchtown rock. As they give us one a try. Trenchtown rock. Never let the children cry.
with that line, Bob Marley bemoaned for outsiders to help Trenchtown. Decades after the reggae icon penned that song, government, NGO groups and the residents themselves are breathing new life into the community.
I'm obviously not from this community, and I'm a business consultant and was doing quite well, I thought, safely ensconced in New Kingston, and then came the transition where I decided to relocate my very business to Trenchtown.
Dr. Morgan operates the Agency for Inner City Renewal, AIR. The agency employs 184 residents full-time at various corporate companies through its social outreach enterprise.
The real change is that since of late, you have a church transformation center who has put a tremendous change to this place by creating employment, like they send the kids to school. When we live in an area and there's no work, there is nobody to really counsel you, to counsel the kids, to bring them up in the right and proper way.
Other opportunities have sprung up within Trenchtown, including a reading and education center that provides books and homework assistance free of charge. Meanwhile, a number of companies have set up shop, like Props and More, which creates artistic pieces for stage productions. Sports is also an integral part of Trenchtown, with many youngsters striving to play for top Premier League football club teams Arnold Gardens and Boys Town.
Reggae music, the heartbeat of the people. Don't fight it, it's the vibes of the people. When music, it's a feel no pain. It stabilizes the body, the brain. Music, the heartbeat of the people. Don't fight it, it's the vibes of the people. When music, it's a feel no pain. It stabilizes the body, the brain.
That's right. You can't walk the streets of Trenchtown and not set foot inside Culture Yard. The heritage tourism site is the heart of the community. It's where Bob Marley once lived.
Then we came in here about 2.5 years ago, and the vibration was unbelievable. We could not believe it. Songs were just coming to us like that daily. We end up with about 24 songs.
No doubt, forerunners like Bob Marley have influenced the current string of Trenchtown musicians. There are several studios, and on any given day, there is live recording. Trenchtown is definitely on the move. The community has made Jamaica a global brand with reggae music. However, with the many budding talents in sports, education, and graphic designing, Trenchtown may soon make a name for itself in other arenas.
Trenchtown rock. And everyone know now. Trenchtown rock.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Give yourself a fighting chance. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
Well, that's a wrap. This Heart Month, let's make a pledge to start taking better care of our health by eating right, exercising, and getting adequate rest. Stay informed on the various government happenings through our website, jis.gov.jm, and keep the social media connection through Facebook and Twitter. This has been Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry. Thank you for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.